Recording.
He is unreasonable.
Yeah. Who is it?
Gentleman right now.
Good morning, sir.
Hey, how's it going?
Good. My name is Officer Hazard with County PD.
Hi, my name's Mr. Gibson. How are
Nice
you?
to meet you, Mr. Gibson. You want to tell me what's going on?
I don't know what's going on.
Well, they're telling me that you make them feel uncomfortable standing
Okay.
here and filming it all.
All right.
So, any particular reason for that?
Have you heard of the First Amendment?
Of course.
It has begun!
Okay.
I'm a
so
big
what is
proponent
the
of our
first-
Constitution.
Oh, good. So what does the First Amendment say?
Well, freedom of speech. They're bottom line.
First one is freedom of speech. Yes.
Yep.
And the second one in the First Amendment is freedom of the press. There is a memo that came out in 2010
Okay.
that came through. Who's the federal?
You talk about citizen and journalists, right?
Yes.
Okay, so is that the capacity that you're in right now? Is it citizen?
Absolutely.
Okay.
I smell bullshit.
Let's be honest, he's here just to get YouTube views. Let's get that out of the way right now.
Right, that's fine, but you also would agree with me if I say that these employees here have a right to, not to feel harassed.
Oh, well, certainly, but their feelings don't trump my rights neither.
Okay, but why would you do it? I mean, why would you? what's-
The real reason why I did it, one, to test them, two, to educate them. Here's their rules, right here.
Okay.
It says you're allowed to film.
Okay.
The rules governing the contact of the postal property. I'm sorry that they're ignorant of their own rules.
They're not ignorant of the rules, you just don't follow them. They know their system, you just are using this amendment thing once again for YouTube views. That's all it is.
This is their rules, it's right here.
Okay,
Pho-
what does it say?
photographing.
What does it say?
It says, photographs for news, advertising, or commercial purposes. So that means, that covers just about everything. Photographs for news purposes may be taken in entrances, lobbies, foyers, corridors, auditoriums, when used for public meetings, except where prohibited by official signs or social security force personnel or authorized personnel or a federal court order or rule. Other photographs may be taken only with the permission of the local postmaster or installation head.
So he literally just read the entire paragraph that the auditors always quote, they can do this and this. They never read the second half. And he just read the whole second half of that, where it says that you need the post office's permission to videotape in there. He has literally just proved that how wrong he is and how the system works.
Okay. So, you're doing it just because you think you can do it?
Sir, I can do it by the law, by the federal law.
Right, but just because it's legal doesn't...
No, they haven't asked me.
No, I have asked him to stop
Are
filming.
you asking him to leave right now?
Oh, I have.
So we need to get out of here. I don't want you here.
Now,
Private property.
it's not private property, sir. I own this property.
You own this?
Yes, sir, and so do you.
Okay, we're not,
As a
we're
taxpayer?
not doing this. They don't want you here, you gotta
And if I don't leave, what?
go to jail.
I go to jail for what?
Trespass.
Oh, please. Please arrest me for trespassing.
When you ask for trouble, you should not be surprised when it finds you.
Oh yeah. Don't worry, he's gonna get his wish. Just give him a minute.
Yes, sir, you will be sued. That's a violation of my rights.
Is it, which one?
The First Amendment, have you ever heard
Freedom
of
of
it?
speech?
Freedom of the
Trespassing.
press.
Okay, that doesn't cover trespass. Let's
I'm
talk
not
about
trespassing.
Why don't we go ahead and step outside so
How
we
can I
can...
be trespassed
Mr.
in a
Gibson.
public area? I'm standing
Mr.
up.
Gibson, can I see your ID card, please?
No, sir.
Well, guess what? In the county of St. Louis, you are required by law to identify yourself when a police officer asks you to do that.
Only
So-
if I have been,
I would like to file a formal complaint,
suspected of
please.
committing a crime, yes, sir.
That's right.
I'll help you.
Yeah, right now we're
So right now you are
suspecting you of it.
suspected of trespassing, so identify
Let me
yourself.
see your ID card.
no, sir.
Okay, let's go to jail.
Okay, get out of here.
They gave him 2 solid opportunities to walk out of there. They made it clear to begin with what's going to happen if he doesn't cooperate. He wants to play this game, so as I said, he's going to get his wish.
Hey, you don't have to twist me.
You're
like
fine,
that,
you're
brother.
fine. Nobody's hurting you. This is all on camera, we're good. Because,
I'm not being lawful arrested.
because you're being fine right now.
I-
We're gonna add a second set of
I
cuffs, so
have,
you're
I
not
have not,
uncomfortable.
I've not committed a
All right,
crime,
you're good.
officer.
Hey, listen, I'm gonna put this phone in your pocket.
I think you guys have been reasonable with me.
Do you have any weapons on you?
No, sir. Oh, yes, I do. I do have a
What
gun
do you
in
have?
my
Do
pocket.
you have a gun? Where at?
I think I have it in my pocket right
Which
here.
one? This one?
So he thinks he has a gun, he thinks it's in his pocket. That tells you just how stupid this guy is. If you have a gun, you should know exactly where it is. Like I said before, a gun is a responsibility. It's not a piece of jewelry, it's not a joke. Obviously, this guy doesn't understand how serious it is to be carrying a gun.
Right here.
This one?
Yeah.
Okay, that's all right.
Yeah.
Just relax.
It's in here?
Yeah.
Yeah, sign right there.
Which one?
The one that says no firearms on federal property? That one?
I see that.
Okay, just making sure you see it.
All right, why don't you,
Finish painting.
why don't you come over here, just stand right there, sir.
It is common knowledge to even idiots like this that a gun on federal property is a crime. Even open carry in federal property, you either gotta secure the weapon with security when you enter the room or the building, or you leave it in your car or you leave it at home. That's not a no-brainer. Everyone who purchases a gun are told you need to have it licensed, registered, you need to get permits, and where you can and cannot take it. It is mandatory for the sellers to tell you this. He knows this. He's just plain stupid. Well, probably not plain, probably is that stupid.
I'm gonna empty out your pockets, all right?
Yeah.
Thank you.
That sign was not posted on the door.
Doesn't have to be.
It's posted on the wall, but
Yeah.
listen, your issue is not with us, your issue is with them, all right?
Yes, sir.
So, just cooperate with us,
Yes, sir,
officer,
I will.
go through the motions, all right?
And the
And
only
then,
reason why I
Yeah.
didn't want to give you my ID is because I haven't been
yes,
suspected of a crime.
right, I
It's
understand,
not
but
a
when we're,
crime
but
for
when
me
we're,
to film.
right, but when we're investigating, I get that.
Yes, sir.
But you notice how the things kind of flipped when when the lady told you gotta leave, that turned into trespassing.
Right.
Now we're trying to investigate.
Yeah, I wasn't
Whether-
refusing leaving.
No, I get you, but we
Yes,
need
sir.
to investigate that stuff.
Yes, sir.
And figure out if
That's
the crime
legitimate.
really exists.
sir. Yes,
Because you know we can start investigation
Yes,
based on
sir.
a hearsay, right?
Absolutely.
All right, so in the process of that investigation, you are required by local law to identify yourself to us. And if you did, all this stuff would have been avoided.
So, you see, most auditors always say, did nothing wrong, did nothing wrong. They're fighting with the police all the time. This particular case, this guy's actually kind of listening to what they're saying, and it's starting to go through his head. Most auditors will scream and holler, interrupt left and right. So this guy's at least playing it halfway smart. He's staying calm. He's interacting with the police on a professional, more respectful level, unlike people like Torres or Earl or what's his face, Glenn or Eric. He's actually being more, sorry, I hurt my back a few days ago, so it's hurting a little bit here sitting in this chair. But basically, he's being more respectful and polite, and indeed the police are reciprocating that respect back to him. They're not roughing him up, they're not calling names, they're being straightforward with him. If auditors acted more like this, the chances of him walking out without handcuffs would be much higher, but he's like one of the rare ones.
You know what I mean? But I appreciate you being cooperative
Yes, sir, I
as
will.
a fellow citizen.
Yes,
you
sir,
know.
I will. I will.
So, we're gonna see,
No, I
let's see
haven't
what's gonna
committed
happen.
a crime, though.
well, we're gonna let the legal system determine that, all right?
Okay.
I believe from our perspective, you did. By entering here with a firearm, you can't do that in the post office.
Well, it should be posted on the door.
Well, it's posted on the wall, right there.
Okay,
The
so-
same wall you were
I
reading.
mean, well, yeah, but hold on.
But here's
You're
the thing.
walking into this door.
Here's the thing, if you
It
think,
wasn't posted.
that they ain't right, challenge them in the court.
Yeah.
So how many idiots walk into a post office with a gun just because they can walk into a post office with a gun? I mean, again, it's common knowledge, but then common sense isn't so common. This guy's argument is, oh yeah, they have it on the door. No, as long as it's posted on the premises, and again, common sense, it's legal for them. And again, who brings a gun into a post office for the sake of bringing a gun into a post office? It's not for its protection. and he wasn't there by invitation at the post office. He came in there with it, and then he might have had it in his pocket. This guy does need maybe some psychiatric help.
So if it was posted on the
Yeah,
door.
Mr. Gibson, we gotta do what we gotta do.
Yes, sir.
You gotta do
I
what you gotta do,
understand. And you're legitimate,
yeah.
sir.
Hey, now, may I check your wallet for your ID?
Yeah, go ahead.
All right, thank you.
Again, they're being polite.
Is it in here?
Yes, sir.
Okay, there it is. You still live on, so what brought
He
you
got that
here
part out,
to
not
this
me, so that's
particular
fine.
Post office.
I had some packages that I just shipped.
Okay.
That might be my receipt right there.
Was there any problems with their service?
One of the people there started really mouthing when I said something. I don't remember exactly
Okay.
what I was talking to a customer.
Sure.
How inconvenient is that, huh? So basically, he went there for a legitimate reason. Sorry. Went there for a legitimate reason. Mailed some packages. That's fine. If he had kept his mouth shut and just did his business and walked out, it's all could have been avoided. But I guess he chose to come here and do two things: send his packages and then do a audit for some stupid reason. So the logic doesn't work here. He's like, I'm here to deliver packages, and then I decided to do this. I don't know. I think not all the wires are connected. I don't think it's drugs or alcohol. I think just needs a little help here and there. Maybe a little slow to process data.
And she said, well, it's not nice to talk about. I said, oh, here's what it was. I said, they were talking about selling the post office. And the lady behind the counter says, well, you shouldn't talk nasty about the post office. And then she got loud. She's the one that engaged with me, okay?
Yeah.
Or I wouldn't have said anything to her. And then she started
Yeah, it makes
getting
no
loud.
sense.
And
So you're under arrest for trespassing.
So why not just say, can I please speak to the postmaster, speak to your superior, and bring it up to them? Why do this whole dog and pony show? Now you're getting arrested. I think he's a little slow. I think that's all it is. I don't think he's working on all wires here. And nothing to be negative about. Just
No, I'm gonna finish.
go to the
Because
slow.
I tried that once. I
Okay,
tried to
I'm
be very.
sorry.
Let me talk. You stop talking. Okay. Because if you interrupt me again, I'm not going to explain. Okay. Fair? Sure. I walked in. I said, you have to. You should know this. This is. I own it. And I said, you own it. You said yes. And you said I own it. So you're kind of implying that taxpayer property. Yes. Is that what you're implying? Okay. So you're wrong. That is private property. They asked you to leave. You didn't leave.
I didn't
Let me finish talking.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
I asked you to leave. You said no. I said I said something along the lines, well, you're going to go to jail. And you said, okay, arrest me because I'm not leaving. And you gave me your hands implying that's the only way you're going to jail. On top of that, you had a firearm on federal property. That's another crime. So that's what you're being arrested for. Go sit in the car.
Sir,
That's how it's done right there. Zero tolerance, zero BS.
They don't
Hang on. Hold on.
on the door.
to ask you to leave.
No, not to ask me to leave.
About what? The filming?
No, about
The firearm.
the firearm.
Well, it's on the same
That
wall.
could be posted
I
on
checked
the
them.
door.
I checked them. Okay.
believe you.
Or otherwise, I would have not walked in
Look,
with it.
the sign was on the very same wall.
Spread your legs.
Yeah,
please.
but I didn't see it.
Thank you.
Okay.
It should have been on the
But
door.
it's the same wall.
Oh,
We were
my
reading,
gosh.
That's
regulations.
legitimate, sir.
Yeah.
That is true.
I think
That
we-
is absolutely true.
Yeah.
But, and then I was already in the building.
Have a seat,
Yeah.
please.
Go ahead and take a seat in the car.
I'm
This
gonna
is
get-
all this property.
That's fine. Just put it in the trunk.
In the trunk, you got it.
Officer Holmes? Yeah.
This guy, yeah, I think he's just a little slow, and that's about it. So, but I think he should get out of the auditing business. So yeah, that's pretty much it. I don't think you didn't try to be rude or nasty. I think he might be just a little slow to process data and information. Wasn't quite fully aware what he was doing, what he was getting into. But I'm going to close this video on a little fun fact. During the War of 1812, we were at war with the British again. the U.S. Army moved north to Canada and burned down the city of Montreal. They burned it down, or Quebec, I'm not sure. You're in Canada, I apologize. Go ahead and correct me in the comments if I was wrong. But they burned down one of the major cities. Later on in the war, the British Army captured Washington, D.C. as retaliation. They burned the city down. When the British finally withdrew and the U.S. government and the president all came back, they held their first actual meeting. Sorry, the back is bugging me. I'll answer it in a second. They all met in the only government federal building left standing in all of D.C. and happened to be a U.S. post office. Little fun fact for you. All right. So guys, you take care, and I will see you when I see you.